Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, and I have wrestling talk. I have about three things I want to talk about. Excuse me, and I am going to give you the questions because I have a lot to say and things. So bear with me for a bit because this is going to be wrestling talk, and sometimes I might ramble, but please give me a couple of minutes. Also, if you're going to comment, make sure your comments are very positive and thing. So yes. So the first thing I want to talk about Jay and Jimmy Uso, Naomi, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. What Mandy Rose just did this past Tuesday. Oh my God. If that was somebody else's, if she did that to somebody else's, like some of the wrestlers who actually do have wives, but they are not wrestlers, man, they would snatch that girl by the hair weave. I don't care about her hair weave. She would have got snatched. Now, as y'all know, I think Mandy is a little jealous because, Mandy hasn't been there for no more on the main roster for almost a year or two. And not Mandy, excuse me, but Naomi has been there for actually about 3 years. And, Naomi married into is married to Jimmy Uso. So she thought, to mess with Naomi, she goes after her husband. Naomi already beat that girl, but beat Mandy's butt and Sonya Deville's butt once before. And I was um New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Excuse me, I'm getting a little I'm getting messed up. But Mandy sent Jay this box. So Jay is thinking this gift that was sent to him, excuse me, y'all, sent to him was from his wife, Naomi. He's like, oh, my babe sent me something. My babe sent me something. I mean, and if any man will be in Jimmy's shoes, if your girlfriend or your babe sent you something, you'd be excited. You'd be like, yay, ooh, what did she send me? And then his brother started reading the little message. He said, that's my babe, that's my babe. And he go, bro, love Mandy. And so I knew this time Mandy has went too far and gave him a key. All right. And he go, bro, what you gonna do about this? And my thing was, I was like very shocked that he went there. But I had a funny feeling in the back of my head. Naomi went with him because she's gonna get this, health. Let me just say helpful. Get this helpful. Okay, that's the second thing. So Sonya, before you see Jay going to the hotel, you see, Sonya goes, Mandy, rethink this. I know me and you don't like Naomi, but come on. She's like trying to tell her, hey, this is somebody's marriage she's messing with. And I feel like Sonya Deville was trying to be the peacemaker of this, like trying to put some sense into Mandy's head, but she couldn't do it because number one, it didn't work. So it to me like she's trying to think she's better looking than Naomi. Mama, look at your little thin self with no butt, and look at Naomi. They got all that butt. Jimmy is very happy with Naomi and all what she got in her glory. Now, to get me to say, I feel like Naomi is going to handle this. And she's going to handle it good. Even though Mandy got a upper hand on her in the hotel room, honey, she's not through with you just yet. But I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all want to see Cameron, Naomi's former partner, who she used to dance with as the Funkadactyls, return and help her with Sonya Deville and Mandy? Because I think, girl, bye. Will come back and help Naomi because I feel like who would not want her to come back and help Naomi? And the question is, who would help Naomi against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville? But if you could say anything, what is the one thing you want Naomi to do to Mandy Rose for messing with her marriage? All right, so the second thing I want to talk about RTruth. RTruth has been on a huge ball recently. You know, him and Carmella just was at the headquarters for to visit the headquarters and thing. You know, him and Carmella won the mixed match challenge. I was very shocked that they made it all the way, but they did and thing. And I just got to say this. I feel like since they made it all the way, I feel like RTruth is more just now is deserving of title belt shots. Now we know RTruth is the comedian of WWE. He give us comedic timing and everything. I love that about him. But when he before he came to WWE, he was part of TNA. And he's a former TNA, two-time TNA heavyweight champion. Now, to get me to say WWE could do better by him. He's up there near age. He's almost approaching 50. Oh, y'all heard me, 50. And let me just tell you something. He approaching 50, and he looks good just to be up there, up near that age. You know what I'm saying? But, but to get me to say this, I have seen a video on I can't think of the wrestling show here on YouTube, but I've seen it and it was like showing that RTruth and Vince McMahon are good friends. So if they was good friends, Vince McMahon would give him an opportunity for that title belt. I'm just saying. But I feel like RTruth could be a good WWE champion. I feel like he would probably be a good Universal champion, Intercontinental champion, team with somebody, become tag team champions, and Intercontinental champion. So, I mean, that is one thing I want to see. And the question of the day is, do y'all want to see RTruth hold a title belt? And if you can see him hold a title belt, what title belt y'all want to see him hold? Now, the next thing is I'm coming to talk about the women's tag team titles, and that would be it. But the one thing is, I am tired of hearing some of these outlets, wrestling show outlets here on YouTube saying, oh, this is the first ever women's title belt in history, da 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 da. And really and truly, that is not the case. This is the second time WWE has had the women's tag team title belts. Now, if you go back near I say 70s and 80s, they had a women's tag team title belt. When WWE was known as WWF, they had women's tag team title belts back in the day. Now, I'm going to go over the women who have held this title belt because I feel like you will be confusing younger generations about the history of the women's division, and especially when it comes to the tag team title belts. This will not be the first time of tag team title belts coming into play. So let's get started. So I want to talk to y'all about Desiree Peterson and Velvet McIntyre, and they won the tag team title belts of December 7th, 1984, the year I was born. And I look at that. There goes the first here's some women that held the very first championship back in the day. All right. So then you have Lalani Kai and Julia Martin, better known as the Glamour Girls. And they won the title belt. And they have two different reigns at two different times. They have it one of August 15th, 1985 and one for June 8th of 1988. So they are a two-time women's champion. And I forgot about one, so let me go back a bit. So it'll be Victoria McIntosh and Princess Victoria May 1st of 1983. They was the champions until Princess Victoria had a neck injury and she had to bow out, and that's when Desiree Peterson took her place and thing. So yeah. So then y'all probably probably is one of the most famous Asian tag team champions during this era, during this time of this period with the women's tag team title belts, and that will be the Jumping Bomb Angels. I am not going to attempt to try to say their names because they are funny and I'll probably mess them up. And they actually won the title belts. They have two reigns. I got the first one, but I don't know they had two reigns, and they have January 24th of 1988. I don't know the other one, but those are they had two reigns. So these are women from back in the day that actually held the women's title belt. So now y'all knowing the history of the women's tag team title belt, would you say the title belts they are doing now, this is the second, I would say this is the second ever for the women's tag team titles. And the question of the day, now knowing the truth about the women's tag team division, and now knowing about the women's tag team division, the question is, who do you think is going to be the main favorite going in this WWE now women's tag team titles? Now let me get on that belt. I think the belt is very beautiful. It's very sleek and capistic, but I really kind of miss the color being in it, and it's making it sound like that the women's title belt will be a shared brand, a shared title belt for both brands. If that's the case, I'm looking forward to it. But I actually would say this. Even though you're gonna have three representing Raw, three representing SmackDown, y'all might want to add one more, and that be one tag team title belt representing NXT, or that might come at a later date. We don't know how they gonna fit into this, but this is them making history for the tag team title belts once again. Like I said, I do like the title belt. It's pretty, it's sleek. It's still kind of got it's kind of going away from the little Grecian thing, but not all the way. Um, I would have thought they would have used something like a symbol of Aphrodite, a symbol of Aphrodite on the title belts, or made the title belts leather pink. But I actually kind of miss that they do not have the pink leather on it. But let me ask y'all: do y'all like how the new title belts look? With the sleek look, or do you like how the title belt looks? And the question of the day is, do you miss the pink being in the title belt? All right, y'all. Let me hear from y'all. Let me hear from y'all from all these questions. Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel.